I want to talk about something quite important. It's about narcissism and avoidance and the difference between them. And there's actually a lot of overlap in how they can present, but the reason, the intentions behind the behaviors is completely different. So that's why it's really important to be able to recognize the difference, and because the way you deal with it is also extremely different. So people who are narcissistic tend to behave in the way they do because they have a very fragile ego, and they're extremely insecure, and they can't stand anything that makes them have to question their narrative in their head. And usually their narrative kind of revolves around how amazing they are. And so if you kind of criticize them, if you call them out in any way, then they react, and it will be ugly. Let's say the way they react is going to be ugly, and so then they attack because they cannot tolerate their version of events being wrong, and they have to invalidate you, basically. Avoidance, so they kind of have the similar issues in terms of insecurity, but they tend to kind of get very overwhelmed by their own emotions because the way they've grown up is in a way that they never felt safe to express their emotions, and they've had to kind of suppress it. And I actually had a fearful attachment style, which is basically a mixture of anxious and avoidant, and that comes from disorganized parenting. So my needs were met in a very inconsistent way. Sometimes I was comforted, sometimes I was ignored, sometimes I was yelled at. So it just made me have this really complicated approach to relationships, extreme avoidance, as well as extremely anxious. And those are the things that I've been working on. So because I don't want to be like that, I want to be secure. I want to be secure in myself. I don't want to let my past define me, and that's basically where I'm at right now. So yeah, I would highly recommend watching Jimmy Knowles on YouTube. He has amazing videos. He actually opened my eyes to the fact that my mother is a covert narcissist. I didn't realize it until I actually watched his video, and I was like, oh my god, I didn't realize this category of narcissist existed. I only knew the grandiose type, which was my father. I mean, he knew that he's a narcissist. He actually told me that he knows he's a narcissist, but the thing is, he never did anything to change it. He's like, oh, this is how I am. That's it. How I am is how I am. You need to accept it. This is his point of view. In general, narcissism, this is what they do. They don't take accountability. They're not interested in changing. They just want to change. They just want to control you, manipulate you into changing yourself, basically. It's to make you adapt yourself in such a way that they don't have to question their narrative, their reality in their head that says they're amazing. So that narrative you have to maintain at all costs, or else watch out. That's what happened to me. Okay. And another thing that I wanted to, so Jimmy Knowles, check him out on YouTube. His videos are absolute gold. He has videos on narcissism, avoidance, and in general about relationships and how to develop healthy relationships. that are secure, loving, with mutual respect. And he has a lot of tips. I've learned a lot from him. I'll put the link under the video to his YouTube channel. And also there's another video I recommend that you watch, which is, oh yeah, that was my point. So there's one about covert narcissism, and also there's another one about how to differentiate between narcissism and avoidance. Because with narcissists, you need to basically have a zero tolerance policy for narcissism. You need to put boundaries, you need to prioritize yourself, you need to say, not in that sense, in the sense that you need to recognize their behavior and be very firm in your boundaries. I will do another post about that later, about how to do that, how to put boundaries down, how to stand firm in your boundaries. I don't want to do that now, but I will do it next. I probably will be my next post. Whereas with avoidance, I believe that you need to be compassionate, okay? Because the reason that they behave in the way they do is not because they're trying to hurt you. They're just emotionally overwhelmed. They have no idea how to deal with their emotions, so they kind of pull back, they run away. They're not withdrawing affection as a way to manipulate you. It's just they get scared. Their fight or flight response gets activated, and they just need to get away, run away. Just put that. I'm not excusing them, I'm not enabling, I'm just explaining that there's a very big difference in their motivations and why they do what they do. So you kind of need to be able to understand the difference between them, recognize the differences, and also adapt your method accordingly and how to deal with them. So yeah, watch those two videos for sure. And in general, his videos are amazing, and he has some funny ones too, where there's like little role plays where he dresses himself in a wig, and it's quite hilarious. Yeah. Another thing I wanted to say is in the earlier when I was talking about this earlier, I was calling people narcissists, and I really don't like doing that. I don't like labeling people as narcissists or avoidance. It's their personality traits. Like I said, every single person, including myself, including you, will have elements of narcissism, avoidance, and what's left, basically, which is what I was talking about, which is still undefined I think for me anyway. I'm still figuring it out, but we can call it humanity, divinity, whatever floats your boat. It doesn't matter, because the point is to target the narcissism and an avoidance so that you can cultivate what's left, the good side. I don't know how to define it. Like I said, I'm still figuring that out. So yeah, I just wanted to put that there, that I don't like labeling people. And if I do say narcissist, usually what I mean is someone who has actually meets the diagnostic criteria for narcissistic personality disorder. That's what I usually mean, because my father definitely does. And when I was talking about the example earlier, I was definitely thinking about my father and my mother, because my father has done that. He's cheated on my mom and then kind of made her think it's her fault. Messed up, seriously. But then she's messed up too. So I come from a very messed up family, but I'm trying very hard to not let that mess me up, because I believe that's my choice. It's my choice, my decision, whether I let it mess me up. All right, see you next. Until next time. Yeah, that's going to be my catchphrase. Until next time.